Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Roofers Coffee Shop soundstage. We are at IIBEC 2025. My name is Karen Edwards, and I am sitting here with Rob and Kevin, and welcome. It's great to see you guys.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Yeah, so for those watching out there, I'd like you to start, Rob. Just introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
All right, my name's Rob Baynard. I'm with SSR, Smith Seckman Reed. I'm on the consulting side of the industry. Previously an owner's rep and a manufacturer's rep, so been around here for quite some time.
Excellent. And Kevin?
Kevin Morris with Tubos Vent Extensions, and also working with PBA Design and Howard Piper, doing some consulting on the side.
Welcome. Now, Kevin, you just for those who maybe don't know what Tubos extensions are, please give us a quick
rundown.
Elevator pitch.
Basically, it's a vent pipe extension for mostly flat roofs, but whenever you raise up your roof line with insulation, lightweight, whatever, for a re-roof job, you have to raise up all your pipes. And so we came out with a prefabricated, double-sided pipe extension, and you just insert it in, raise it up to the height you need, cut it off, and then you have your height and flash it accordingly. Take about 2 to 3 minutes, quick and easy.
Nice. And so, Rob, I'm curious to hear from you how you learned about Kevin and Tubos and how it's helped you.
So I met Kevin pretty much at the ground floor when he started Tubos. Both of us were starting our careers pretty early in the manufacturing side, so they provide a lot of great solutions. It's easy as an owner's rep. I use Tubos a lot for solving old problems. I found a lot of cases where vents were leaking, and when we cut into them for exploratory investigation, we found that the no-hub couplings were failing. So we cut them out and replaced them with the Tubos vent pipe extensions and solved a lot of problems by utilizing them. And so on the contracting side, making sure that the contractors are using a long-term solution that'll work on the front end instead of having to come back and fix a problem. So it's been a great solution in my career.
Yeah, and that's interesting because what you said you were using it for wasn't really the intent when you developed it, right? It was really just to raise it, but you said the couplings were failing.
Correct. So the contractors have previously used no-hub couplings, just a piece of rubber with some hose clamps, or they would use stainless inserts and just try to makeshift an extension. But the way the Tubos is designed, even if there's something that's not installed perfectly, the water's going to run beyond the opening in the pipe, so it's going to go into the plumbing system instead of the roofing system. So I've used it on both sides, the installation and the problem solving.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like anytime, I love your story because, you had a problem, you developed a solution, it worked so well that, you created a company and have taken it into the market. And it's great to hear from others how it's been helpful to you.
Yeah, 16 years now. Speaking of other areas that we weren't really targeting, we've also had contractors come to us and say that they've used them if the drains are too low. And we're not selling it or taking that angle, but they have raised up the plumbing stacks as well just to get the drains up higher.
Oh, nice.
So that was another angle that we hadn't thought of.
Yeah. It's the creativity out there sometime in problem solving is really cool.
Roofers are the most creative out there. They get the job done. Yeah.
Now, Kevin, you have ventured into the consulting side of the business as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine, Howard Piper with PBA Design, came across a very large contract with McDill, and so we're out there just kind of going over all of the hurricane damage. Florida was hit pretty good, so we're just deciding on whether it can be repaired or replaced. So we're going through and doing full reports on scope of work that needs to be done. But it's nice to get a little bit of both sides, from the manufacturing and the consulting. And we're running across our original Tubos that we used to make.
Really?
They were all white pipes, so you can actually tell the difference. So a lot of the old ones that are 12, 13, 14 years old we're finding on the job
and
out at McDill.
How do they look?
Well, they're still working. They're not leaking. We've never had a leak in 16 years, never had a warranty issue. Matter of fact, the Dolphin that I'm staying at, looking out the window down on the roof, there's Tubos on the roof. So it's fun to come across them when we're on the road.
Yeah. I mean, and you know that your creation now has solved how many problems for that building?
Yeah. It's been pretty exciting. It was a long road, starting in a recession, saving contractors time and time on a job when that's pretty much all they had was time.
Right.
Because it was so slow back then. But it was just a matter of time. And 16 years later, we've been with you guys almost since the beginning, and here we are.
Yeah. I mean, wow. If it works, it works.
Yep.
There's not much arguing with that, and it's really easy to use and not hard to figure out.
It's roofer proof.
Yeah. Roofer proof. And you can only say that because you were a roofer.
That's it.
Awesome. So how's the show been for you? What kind of conversations or what are people talking about?
Well, I really get a lot out of these shows, walking them, especially with friends like Rob, because you get to introduce each other to your contacts, and it's just, you meet a lot of good people, and you keep up a lot of good relationships. So seeing all the manufacturers out here, and just coming from the IIBEC, it's necessary. You come out, it's a good time, and this has been a great show, and it's close to home. So
yeah, I was talking earlier in one of the interviews about it's a really good representation. It's a mix from the industry. There's contractors here, there's consultants here, there's manufacturers, there's people like us, and it says a lot for people wanting to work together to make buildings better and solve problems. So have you been going to the classes at all while you're here?
I have.
Do you have anyone that was a favorite or you really enjoyed?
I think each one of them have something different to take away. So it's really hard to give a favorite for the classes, because you're learning from your peers and other industry professionals that we've all seen different things. We all have different experiences in our careers. So being able to have that knowledge shared openly and freely to everybody in the industry has been fantastic. So the education is by far one of the best aspects of the IIBEC convention.
Learning from peers, I think, is so valuable because, somebody may have learned something the hard way and they're able to share that experience to make it easier for the next person.
Right,
and that's key.
You keep that, you'll remember just a key element, and next time you run into that, you'll know a little bit more, and if you don't know how to solve it yourself, you'll at least know there's other people that have experienced it, and you have resources now.
Right.
You can find the answer a lot easier when you know other people that have had those experiences.
And you have somebody you can call and be like, hey, remember you talked about that at the conference, and help me out.
Right, and that's one of the beautiful things about our industry. We share knowledge so freely because we want the industry to be better as a whole and not trying to keep the information to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that this is a shameless plug, but one of the things that we're promoting here at the show is directories on the coffee shops for consultants. It's a show special, because we want to help consultants educate, get the word out as well. So, look for that to be expanding on Roofers Coffee Shop. And you can learn more about Tubos as well. And they have a directory on the website, and that has all the contact information and everything you need to know about this amazing product. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Nice meeting you.
Enjoy the rest of the show and the weekend, and don't go anywhere because we're not done yet. We've got a few more videos. We'll be broadcasting live until the show closes at noon Eastern today. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll